Really? Oh. Okay, it's bar time. Really? That's fine to go live when people aren't ready. It's great. Love it. Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, we are live. Okay. G'day, everybody. Oh, welcome to Artisti Live. We've got a few things we're going to share today. Bit of a technology around some grinding and some grinders. So a bit of home stuff, really specific around maybe some RDT. So what is it? How does it help you? And yeah, just going to hang in the bar. Right at the moment, it's really quiet in the bar. So it's good. Bit of a breathing space. It's been really busy in the school holidays here in Australia. So a lot of people have been passing through, coming in and saying g'day. And it's been fantastic. Really appreciate everyone popping in and saying hello. Yeah, so do you need a coffee, Ryan?
Yeah, I love a coffee.
Yeah, can make a coffee. All right, so if you've got a question, pop it down below. Ryan, you've got your mic there, have you, mate?
Yeah, mic's on. Tell us what pattern Luke should pour in my latte.
Oh, no. I'm not going to, okay, put it in there. I'll pour Ryan a latte, and then Jim Lynn, who is our latte art champion of Artisti and has done really well competitively, is here today. He's doing a latte art training session for our wholesalers, which is fantastic. So we'll get him to pour a pattern for you, for sure. Maybe start popping down below what you want him to pour. You know, he can do the lions, the fish, the turtles, all that kind of stuff. But pop something in the comments down below and we'll get Jim to pour that in just a moment for you. Yeah, so we'll get him to do something for you. For now, what am I going to pour? I'm going to pour Ryan just old-fashioned, you know, bit of 15-year-old classic stuff. You know, oldie bit of goodie.
Retro Rosetta.
Yeah, retro Rosetta. I always have my own little Rosetta, which I'll pour one of those for you. Just a little bit of a...
Wasserman said an open heart latte.
An open heart. What's the open heart?
Why would you look at me?
I don't know. I just didn't. It looks like me. I don't know. Open heart latte. I don't know what the open heart is.
I think it's when you drop the froth in fire and it opens up like it's just the outline of the heart.
Okay, I don't know that one. Really, you'd like to show us to you?
No, I would not like to show you. I can direct you.
You can direct me.
Right. Let's have it, Luke.
All right. I'm just going to do my old little faithful. Just a bit of a floating heart. That's what I just like to do. I just like to do little rosettas, little floating hearts off the side. You know, just a bit of fun. A bit different, but I'm getting really nervous. I'm getting really, really nervous. You know what's going to be really hard is pouring in less than a week. This time next week, we'll be in Milan. We'll be flying, won't we? We'll be flying this time next week to be in Milan, host Milan. It's going to be epic. Really excited to, share all of that with you. It's the biggest coffee expo, I believe, in the world. It's huge, absolutely huge. The World Championships baristas are on there, so we'll go and check that out as well. We're going to go through some factories. So we'll be going through Rocket, Mazza, Ferranzato, and Lilith. So yeah, some really cool stuff there to show you, some grinders and some coffee machines. We're doing out of the box for Lamazocco, so we'll be serving coffee on the Saturday at their out of the box and party night, which is cool. And we've got the 80th celebration of Quick Mill, so that's going to be awesome too. We won't show any of that. We're just going to go and have a good time, I think, at that party. And then, we'll be on Mazza stands, Lilith stands, and like I said, Lamazocco there, serving Artisti coffee to everybody that comes through. So if you are there, come in, say g'day, and look forward to meeting you all.
Jim just walked past. I saw him. Hey, Jim.
Where is Jim?
The
Jim's in there. Let's get Jim to...
Jim, do you know what an open heart is? Can you pour an open heart?
Yeah, we can try.
Yeah.
This is random.
All right.
Did anyone ask for it?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
We'll get you to pour an open heart, and then you can pour another coffee of some other type. What are you going to try and...
We have greetings from London. Terence F88 said hi.
Hey, Terence, good to have you back again, mate.
The Curry Boy said, fact, there are like 0.5 to 1% insects like cockroaches and ants in per 100 grams of coffee. Luckily, they all get burnt off, I guess.
0.5. Hey, coffee.
Fun fact.
Yeah, coffee is on like raised beds to dry and things, but it does also go on the ground a lot. So there is no doubt that there could be some sort of extra bits there. But yeah, who knows? All right, need some more milk, Jim. Use a bit of skim. Why would you put light milk with full cream milk, Jim?
Oh, just bit shortage, but it's fine for me.
A bit short.
Yeah.
Would it change the flavour though?
Yeah, skim has a bit low fat. The fat was the burn for your sugar and texture. However, if you're missing fat using skim milk, you probably just start having a bit watery coffee or having a bit coffee that maybe the reason why it tastes a bit tough.
Yep. I know that when, there you go,
Okay,
just to
I'll
help
try
you
it.
out. Come on.
I try. I just pour a heart shape normally. That's what they call. Center heart shape.
Is that just the big heart? Is that,
But open heart is like you do a dot but have a bit empty in the middle.
what do you mean? I don't understand.
Okay.
Open heart.
You still have your big dome in the middle.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, like you put the outsides and the big one in the middle.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
in
getcha.
general, you get a bit more empty space in the middle. That's what
Ah.
they call open heart.
Okay.
Yeah. But obviously, I barely tried with it, so
All right. All right. Let's get you to make something else. You can do prettier things than that. Let's go. What are you going to make? An oat cap. We can do an oat cap. Is that oat milk? It is oat milk. There you go.
yeah.
Grab that one. You don't have to do it in an oat.
We can give it a go.
Give it a go. There you go. Oat cap.
Yeah.
Give it a crack. People who struggle with their milk, if you've got a milk issue, like if you've got full cream and it's not frothing, there's a couple of times in the year that does happen where the cows are getting either on drought or getting too much water. If you get a little bit of skim milk and just do a 50-50, you'll get foam again if you're finding your foam collapses really quick. So skim milks, light milks are more processed than full cream because they basically take a lot of stuff out and then blend it all back together, and that can help your foam stay nice and solid if you're having that issue with the cows.
The good point that if you're steaming any plant-based milk at home, just get a bit more texture because plant-based milk doesn't have the fat as well. So
Yep.
put a bit more texture will really help to get your pattern get a bit more stabilized.
Okay. Well, what are you going to pour now, Jim? Is anyone asking what to pour? Anyone got a question? Pop it down. What do you want Jim to pour? Crazy animal?
Do a turtle. Okay.
Right, come on. Are you going to do split cups?
Yeah, well.
All right, here's some fun. Whatever Jim pours, I'm going to try and pour.
Fun challenge.
Oh, that's going to be terrible.
Luke, we'll try to replicate it.
I'll try and replicate, all right? Oh, boys, can you go and grab some full cream milk from the back, please? Now, you know what? I am just like the best latte art person around. I practice for hours and hours doing hearts and tulips and floating hearts. That's about my extent.
Ronaldo said pour a hot chocolate.
Pour a hot chocolate.
Or he said pour a snake. Should be easy.
Snake. Let's see what Jim's going to pour, and then we'll see if I can copy it. All right, show me how it's done, Jim.
All right.
What are you pouring?
We're pouring a sea turtle maybe.
A sea turtle.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Is this a latte for a customer, or is this just a shot you need?
No, yeah, I need that. It's a caramel. Who's this one? Ice latte.
Just a shot?
No, this one. It's got caramel with it.
Ah, yeah, I get you. Don't know what Sherry's doing it. Do you want a Rosetta? 2 Rosettas? Oh, okay. This is tricky. Oh, and you did it all. Zigzag. You come back over the top. Oh, wow. Okay. And around. Oh, and that's the star. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You watch.
To see what
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
oh, it's a turtle.
The turtle with some.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
what Luke can do.
Yeah, I can do that. Why wouldn't I
I
be?
can do that.
Why wouldn't I be able to do that?
You've got the right spirit, so it's good.
Can-do attitude. Yeah. Let's do this. I can do anything,
10 push-ups if you
better
fail.
than you.
10 push-ups.
Then push up if I fail. What do we call fail?
When it doesn't look that good.
When it doesn't look like that.
Anything like
We got a judge panel here. So
Well, I did do the latte art, judging. Okay. Heck.
Yeah, but have you done the training?
And my glasses. Oh, wow. Okay. Have I done the training? No, I haven't, Jim. I have copied you, but I wouldn't say that I have really.
is it the right timing for
I'm
me to
full.
say six,
I'm
seven?
already full.
now Jim's started things.
Is that- Oh, 6, 7.
Hey, someone asked if you could pour a ghost or a pumpkin or something like that for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
That's the ghost.
Hey.
That's a
Not
bad.
push-ups, Dad.
It looks like turtles.
Now I can. Impressionistic.
That was a fair effort.
It's
You know what?
interpretive.
It looks like a turtle. Take your glasses off.
Dad, 10 push-ups.
10 push-ups. I'm
Yeah,
not
do you
doing
reckon
10
you can do
push-ups.
a pumpkin or something, or a ghost?
What do you
Ghost,
got?
I never try actually.
You did a
Ghost.
skull or something before, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a school. We did a school hat before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, do something else.
Okay, we're gonna do something.
Do something else. Good stuff. All right. Well, that's my first turtle. I reckon that was.
Fair, fair.
I didn't get enough foam and I started way too late. Okay, I get this now.
I'm actually surprised you got any kind of body there.
I know.
Considering you were full with.
Oh yeah, I realised that. I was like, how am I going to do this? Yes,
You failed.
I didn't.
Means first
I failed.
10 push-ups.
You failed.
No, fail stands for first
Get down,
attempt in
Dad.
learning.
This is the next generation of Artisti, by the way. This is Archie, my eldest, and Hugo, if you haven't met them. But yeah, they're here to do latte art training with Jim today. So they'll be in on that and trying to get better because in mid, you can watch, mid-November, we have a wholesale party. We have a big party. We bring all the wholesalers here and we have a latte art contest as well. So there's an opportunity for our wholesalers to send their staff, bring them in and learn how to pour far better patterns. So Jim's going to do that today for sure. If you didn't see it, Jim just poured a turtle. I had a go, and mine's this one. See, Jim did this, I did that, you know. But anyway, hey, if you've got a question, pop down below. Happy to answer it. We're going to just play with a bit of latte art stuff first. Jim's got 2 shots here ready to
Terence
go.
wants to know the temperature of the milk.
It's cool. It's really cool. It's probably 60 degrees, Jim. What are you pouring? What are you frothing to? What temperature for your latte art?
For latte art, actually, you might go a bit lower, like 50, 55 degree, like when you feel it just warm. The water is just faster split. So once it's split, just like Luke, you get very hard to pour.
Yep.
You got challenge on, you need to pour really fast, and you might risk to get a little bit blurry if you steam it like really, really hot.
Okay. Byron, the jug washer at the front there was just staying on, and this morning it's been going,
Like
or
a
last couple of days,
Halloween.
actually really low pressure, really high pressure. I kind of just span it a few times and then it's got the
scoop
high
out.
pressure, but then now it just stayed on. Just dribbling, yep. Yep.
How it has been done.
Oh,
Few mixing, make sure the base was nice and even. You got a little bit.
Oh, skull. Yeah.
Cool. And this one.
Okay, skull. Okay, I can do a skull. I can do that.
Can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Terence wants to know, does a hot cup help with latte art?
Hot cup doesn't really help because imagine when you're pouring some different elements in the same cup, you want to hold the cup really long, and if this hot cup is too hot, you can't even hold it. It's not a really good thing. But it's definitely a benefit for you to serve the coffee to keep it a little bit hotter. Luke done the first part. Just closer.
There's no room for, for the eyes.
Shops count as well.
Oh.
Hey, look, it's scary.
That is kind of creepy.
I can't do any better than that.
Oh, cool. Any more questions online that we...
Yeah, all right. So that's latte art. I'm going to leave you with it.
Okay.
Anyway, Jim's getting ready for his comp too as well. It's all locked in, 20th to the 23rd of November.
Yes.
Yep, the Melbourne competing for... Oh, my mic's off. So Jim will be in Melbourne competing for Australian champion in baristering in between the 20th 24th of November.
Yes.
So yeah, time to practice, hey?
We're excited for it. A lot of time to practice now. We just find the right copy. We're writing up the speech and try to make everything sound smooth.
Yep.
So what BaristaCom is, Luke?
What is it? Well, we're going to show that at Host Milan because the World Championships is on. So if Jim does win in the Australian, he'll be competing next year at the same competition we're going to go see at Host.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jim, you've got to produce 4 espressos, 4 milk and signatures coffee in 15 minutes.
Yes.
And yeah, wow judges and tell him all about why Jim is the best to represent Australia.
Yeah, how people judge it.
How do people judge it? Lots of different categories around taste, texture, visual, and how you interact with the judges as well.
Yeah.
And then what brings all of those elements together, your espresso, your milk and your signature, what the story and how they all combine together.
Yeah. So BaristaCom more like your coffee Olympic Games in coffee industry. So every single year, each country, they pick out the best barista to represent themselves and then to go to the wall. Basically, like Luke said, how the judges, from your taste, from how you interact with the judge, from the whistle, and how your workflow going to be like. You're going to design your own workflow.
Yep.
You're going to prepare your own milk, your own coffee. The only thing you can use is the grinder machine. That's it. So you need to prepare all your equipments, trays, cups, everything that can enhance people's coffee experience.
Yeah. What's really cool, if you saw, was it 2 weeks ago, I think Ryan put up the video when we went down and videoed Jim doing his competition.
Yep.
So they changed the format this year called the Coffee Community Championships, which they provided everything ready to go. So if you did want to compete, look out for it next year. Go to ASCA. They are the people that run all of that, and the Coffee Community Championships. You could go and enter. They'll provide you all the gear. So that's what was really easy for Jim to be able to get through the New South Wales competition.
Yeah.
And then once you get to nationals, you've got to bring all your own gear. But yeah, we're just trying to raise the profile that much as we can.
Yeah, really good pathway for new barista or whoever interested to enter the competition level, because it's just so easy. You can grab a bag of coffee and just jump in, do the best you can. Quick dial in, find a recipe, and then present the best of yourself.
Yep.
It's really good pathway for whoever try to improve your skills and just try to get a bit more knowledge, know a bit more people
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a smaller format too. You didn't have to have the signature drink. So it was just
Oh, yeah.
espresso and milk in a 10-minute time. So very achievable for many people to enter that level.
Yeah.
So get ready for next year, everybody. All right, we're going to go in here and have a little bit of play on some other stuff. Come on through. Thank you, Jim. All right.
Jim, I'll grab that off from there.
What we need is I need some beans. I had some Champ Ethy. No, I can't use those. I need some beans. Can I get a scoop of beans? I missed that. You guys can put the music back on a little bit if you like.
Not too loud.
Not too loud, yeah. Archie, can you just grab a bag of beans from the top of that and then fill up that hopper at the front for the team? All right. So what I thought I would show you is RDT. So this is the Ross droplet technique. David Ross, I believe, is the guy that brought this into the industry, which is really cool. So what we have is a lot of people really struggling to dial in. You know, grind is everything about coffee, and we've got the DF54s here. And I thought, look, these are the most popular single dose grinders at the moment. But it'll allow me to show you how to make some changes to your extractions. So a lot of people struggle with static or getting the wrong or right doses, retention in grinders. So I just wanted to cover that a little bit. And yeah, if you've got any questions, pop them down below. Happy to answer those. And if you just joined us, we did just go with Jim in the bar there. He poured out a few latte art, different patterns for a bit of fun. And I competed against him and did really bad, because that's not my gig. But look, what we want to show is, yeah, the DF54. Just if you haven't seen them before, they're the most popular single dose grinder. They're at about the $420 odd mark Australian. They come out of China, but they've really been taking over this sort of space. They're really well built. You've got your big grind dial on the front here. They zero out just a little bit past the burrs. So just to show you that, they do zero out just a little bit past there, but usually at about 10 is where they're good to work. And then you've got a bellows. So it allows you to pop it on, fill up your dose, and then you can pop on the cap and essentially pump out and get all the grind out of your grinder. So zero retention's the plan there. As you dive a little bit deeper, you have this ring that pops off, and that is your anti-popcorning device on the top there as well. And they're a flat burr 54. Because it's called a DF54. They do come bigger in the 64s and an 83, I think, as well. So much bigger options as well. But the 54 has been really popular. White, that's the new gunmetal colour, which has just come out. It's pretty sharp. It's a nice sort of modern colour, I think, that's going to do well for this sort of Black Friday and Christmas season. And then you've got all black as well. So the key with with single dose grinders is always have the grinder on first. Before you pop any beans in, you've got a hot start. That's what it's called. That means that the burrs are running at full speeds before they get any resistance from the beans going on top. So we're going to do two tests for you today. I'll just grab this little scale here. Okay, so we're going to weigh out just our standard dose of buns bouncing around 20. That seems like way too much beans. Hang on, let's go again. Dude. Am I going to fit 22.5 grams in here? Maybe I won't. That'll be interesting. Oh yeah, it'll just fill it up. 22.5 grams is our standard recipe that we use. Okay, 22.5, all right? So we're going to grind it out through the DF54 here first, and I'll just catch it into one of these. Yeah, Upstream, bit of a shout out. They supply us a lot of our green beans, which is fantastic, so thanks team, appreciate your support. I'll just take that out. So we're going to grind off 22.5 grams, just straight up, no RDT. So RDT is a little misting bottle like this if you haven't seen it. And we'll show you what you can experience differently. So we're going to turn on our grinder first. We're going to pop in that little basket. We're going to pop in our beans. Oh, maybe I went a bit fine there. All right, I grabbed this one off display and I reckon that's already a blocked grinder. So give me 1 sec. I'm going to swap straight over to the black here. And I'm going to chuck that one in. It was sounding a little bit dull, wasn't it? I'm going to turn that on. That's how it should sound, if you can hear the difference between those two. So back to a 22.5 gram dose again. How am I going to get that quickly?
Do you need me to get you some more beans, mate?
Oh, look, I reckon I'm going to steal some of these quickly. Get those back out. I think that grinder needs a clean out. We'll come back to that one. All right, here we go. I probably will need just a couple for the next demo. 22.5. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Oop. 22.5. Cool. We can actually weigh it out and show about zero retention too. So 22.5 grams going in. We just zero it out. Yep. Come back to 12.5. All right, let's pop that in. That's grinding out nicely. Put the lid back on. All right. So the final is the little puffs, and you can see what comes out in the middle there. Now this one's actually been pretty good. There's not a lot of static that's happening there at all. It's actually pretty good. But some grinders will have beans up all over the place, and typically if you're having really light roasts or very dry roasted coffee, so when the moisture isn't retained back in the actual roast, that can happen quite easily. I might just see if I can see how much retention was in that, just out of curiosity. 22.2. So 0.3 of a gram is left in here.
I'm going to say you dropped a bean too, I think.
Did I drop a bean?
I'm pretty sure you dropped a bean before it went in.
There's a little bit of a puff. There you go. There's a bit of static. That's what can happen if you have a look there. See the static coming up the actual chute there? See that? Wipe it off. So that's the static that we want to not have in a grinder.
Yeah, Terrence saw it too. He said one bean went flying out.
One bean went flying out. All right, so one bean. Cool. All right, well.
What does a bean weigh?
Has been. He's a has been. What's a bean weigh? Well, they're all different sizes, so let's see. What does one bean weigh? A good sized bean? Big one?
Yeah, that's right.
0.2. One bean. There you go, to put me out. Okay, so that is, yeah, you can see static. It's basically sticking into the bowl here as well. All right, so we want to make sure that all of that ends up into our dose. So if we do that again, we go tear off. We'll get our 22.5 grams if we've got the exact amount. Look at this, come on. Oh, so close. I'm going to steal just a couple of beans from here. This is our Ethiopian roast from the blend at 22.5, 0.6, 22.5. There we go. So RDT is Ross droplet technique, so little misting bottles. These are cheap as. They're like $5. And you get yourself one of these little dishes as well, because you don't ever want to mist straight into your grinder. If you had steel burrs, you're going to start to create a lot of rusting and have issues in there. If you've got any way that moisture can get into the motor from a grinder, you're going to cause yourself problems as well. Unless it's a really high-end single-dose grinder like the Philos that we've been playing with recently, and got a video coming out on that one as well, where they fully seal that grinder so no moisture can get into the motor. So that's a really big plus for the Philos grinder. But you want to basically mist in a separate container. So these little ones here are pretty cool. They allow you to tip in quite evenly. But if we just give them a mist on the top, usually just one or two, and then you've got to mix it up. So holding that on your hands like that, and give yourself a little bit of a shake. Okay, now we've added a bit of moisture back into that one, and we will turn this on again. There you go, it's just a little bit out there. Make sure it's all gone. We'll pop in our dose. I'm not going to lose one this time.
It's actually a nice looking grind.
It is, isn't it? More uniform, more consistent.
It's not pumping.
There you go. So none of that's come up after doing that onto the chassis there before. Turning the grinder off, then giving it a little puff as well does help, because the gravity formed by the burrs spinning, sometimes you can just get a little bit out afterwards. But there you go. There's our 2 doses of grind. Yeah. This did clump a little bit more. There's some lumpiness there, yeah. Which is interesting. So if you wanted to fix that, I mean, if you put that straight into a grip handle and started to extract coffee, you would find that you'd have to WDT, which is the needling tool, to get rid of any of those clumps to get a better extraction. Do you want to see the difference between those 2 extractions? Do you want me to extract and just see what happens with them?
May as well.
May as well? Yeah, let's do it. All right, that's the big enough basket, that's fine. I got to try and get that into there, which will be into a dosing pot.
We'll get a funnel. Get a funnel for the dosing funnel. Yeah, I'll grab you one.
Where is dosing funnel?
Sorry?
Do you know where one is? I haven't used a dosing funnel in years. Dosing funnels are really cool. Used to like, it's quite a big dish and they sat inside your portafilter handle, allow you to spin it and drop it down. But I don't have one at the moment. I wonder if that will go. I don't think I'll get that in. I think I'll sneak it myself. It's all right, Ryan. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, there we go.
Did you want a funnel anyway?
Nah, it's okay.
That's a WDT.
Oh yeah, that's a WDT. We can use WDT ring. Grab a needling tool. Yeah, we'll show that as well. So this is the first one that we did. We're just going to pop them straight in. We didn't change the grind or anything. There's no difference. The only difference between these 2 is RDT. Yep. So if we pop that onto on the funnel, turn it over, a little bit of a spin there. Just close the door, mate. Okay, so WDT, that's going to be the biggest thing you could buy to fix any of your espresso channels, channelings, flavors, the whole lot. But they're $30. This is the best well-spent money. It's like sieving flour. If you're a baker, you'll know all about it. But essentially, we want the water to pass evenly through the coffee bed. You do need a funnel because you're going to fluff it up. So you can see there, just going round, doing the bottom, hitting the actual basket there at the moment. And then I'm going to come up to the middle and do the middle and then finish off the top. And that'll get it nice and level, like a little Zen garden. And little circular motions is the key there. A lot of people try and push it and we don't want to push it. Okay, so that is that. I haven't got a tamp mat, so I'm going to gently just tap my bench there because I don't want to wreck it. But essentially, look at that, flat, level, consistent, that is the key. I have an NCD here. I haven't set this up for espresso this morning, I'm sorry, but we'll use one of these. All right, that helps distribute. It doesn't tamp, it just layers it out nicely, and you can see how flat that's turned out. A little bit in the corner there missed, but I could fix that. There you go. And then tamping. These are really cool. These are flat leveling tamper. They're pretty cheap. You can change the depth gauge of them, but what it does is it allows it to just sit in nice and flat and level. And so a lot of people struggle with, tamping on an angle, but that'll always stay straight. So just, there you go. Tamped, flat, and the lower dose there as well, which is fantastic. Actually, can you just grab me a tamp mat, please? I really don't want to wreck my bench.
Just the one out of the training room?
Yeah, please. And I need a scale. All right, so this will actually weigh and do an extraction we can do that by weight. Yeah, 2 to 1. There you go. So we've got low batteries, but this is all synced now. Oh, it's totally flat. It's gone flat. Okay, can you just grab me another scale from in there for a sec too, Archie? Mm-hmm. Okay, I can't do the weight base because that has gone flat. Okay. And I don't have a charging cable here for some reason. Maybe I do. Yep. Chuck that charge. We might. Oh no, that's an iPhone. Not a USB-C. No. Okay. So I'll do a manual extraction. We stop it at 45 grams. Just just using the Mini R here. There is a pre-infusion of 3 seconds set on this one as well. If you've got a Mini or you're not sure about them at all, there's a full app. They're fully app controlled. You can change temperatures. You can have single and double doses set in to actually work with the Achaia scale there as well. That is now showing that it's on, but I think it's struggling. It says lightning. I don't think it wants to actually charge or work. Doesn't want to sync. No, as soon as it recognises, oh, we might get it. Here we go. Let's give it a go. No, low battery. Dead. And I just dropped that handle, so that could actually cause a lot of issues.
Tap it again.
Yep.
It's the only one that works.
Cool. So I'm just going to retamp that because I did drop that handle, which could have cracked around the outside and caused a lot of channeling. So pop that in. We'll tear that off. And let's do a manual extraction. Oops, sorry, Ryan. Well, there you go. I guess the grind.
You're pretty fine on the grind.
Pretty
mate.
fine on the grind there. That's pretty fine. Oh, 20,
You have to dial that
25
grind
seconds. I'd have to dial it in to do that.
in. Start again.
Let's. I'm interested. Here we go. Look, it's coming out. 34 seconds.
It's going to taste lovely.
Thick, syrupy. You know, this is what happens. If you look at it, you can see that it is really thin. It's not really opening up right now. So a lot of people go way too fine and they forget about it in terms of an expansion on an actual coffee shot. See how it's not getting any thicker? It's just staying the same consistency. So we're just way too fine. But I'm going to stop that at a 59 second, 30 gram shot. Yeah, it's a bit bright. Very over extracted. Really heavy, very tardy, very smoky. Yeah, not the best there, unfortunately. So if I do the same, that's going to be the same issue on here. That grind isn't dialed in.
Let's go through the process again.
You want to go through the whole process again?
Yeah, let's
Dial
do it
this
again.
in?
No, let's do it.
Dial it in.
Dial it in properly, show people what you're doing.
Can I get another cup of beans from the front hopper, please, Archie? So this is the one thing people forget or don't actually understand, how to change your extraction from this point. I've got a set amount of dose or weight of beans in my portafilter handle. Our water pressure's set, and that's not going to be an issue either. So all we're going to be changing is the amount of coffee, is the grind size in the actual coffee basket. So we need to go coarser to allow it to flow through faster. So on this grinder, I'm going to go to from 12.5 through to, I reckon, 16, and I reckon we'll be good. So need our 22.5 grams dose. So if you've got our manual that you've bought online, we'll show you what to do if you've got a single basket or the standard double basket that comes with your Italians, which would be a 19 gram dose. But because we've got our commercial baskets in here, we're looking for 22.5. There you go, 22.5. Because I can now, I've got my set weight, I can actually grind straight into my portafilter here, which will be a bit easier for us as well. I think I did it again. Pretty good for an entry-level single-dose grinder. It's pretty light, pretty fluffy. Yeah, I'm about to lose it. That is fluffy. That is actually very impressive. I've never done it straight on a handle. I've always done to a dosing pot with the DF54, so that's pretty good. All right, there you go. Going to give that a bit of a WDT. And we'll come back to getting it nice and flat and level on the top. Same process every time, just one tap. I got mess everywhere. I'm not normally this messy. Sorry. chuck that on, do some NCD. There's a drop of water there, which is going to cause me havoc on the next one. And we'll give our flat level tamper. All right, let's go again. Look at this, no cloths, no nothing. I'm really good today. Pop on our cup and tear off our scale. So let's see how we go in this one. 3 seconds of pre-infusion, 4 seconds of pre-infusion actually that was. Here we go. So a much better extraction. You can see it's starting to open up now and run a lot faster. So we're going to go for our 45 grams. Oi, went a bit over at 24.2 seconds. So I was worried about hitting the camera there, it was pretty close. But we got to 51 seconds. So you've got to think about how much is actually in flight when you're trying to stop a shot manually as well, because you've got coffee that's still making its way through the basket, through the spouts and into the handle there. But it could be a lot faster, there's no doubt about it. It could be a lot slower, I should say. We could slow that down. So technically we could dial this grinder in, go a little bit finer. Do we want to do that, or we want to go back and sit here and do an RDT and no RDT? What do you want to do?
I reckon just go a little bit finer and RDT it and just have a look at check out the extraction.
All right, let's do that. When you're looking at extraction, I'll just show you one thing here. So I like to call this dark part the sweetness, and then the darker caramelly colour just the caffeine. But you can see here the little droplet. So there's little drops there, and there they came out of the spout, and they're just starting to look pale. That's over extraction. If you're looking at a shot and you start to see little fine bubbles forming, that is where you definitely want to be stopping your extraction for sure. All right, I'm going to need another cup.
I'll grab you a cup. Greg said, have you tried the OXO Rapid Brewer?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
No.
Terence said, I seen that. You must have dropped another bean.
I did just drop a bean.
OEF Traveller said, what is the grinder lineup?
What is the grinder lineup? Yeah, so this is the DF54 range. It's the most popular single dose grinder. So about this time last year, we started selling it, and it was only available in black, but then we had the white as an exclusive here in Australia, which is cool, and we sold a heap of those. And then this year we've got the gunmetal colour that's just come out, so that's really nice. It's a beautiful little grinder. It's fantastic for doing espresso, any pour overs. Super easy to clean and use, but you do have to hot start it, which I was demonstrating just before, which is meaning you got to have the motor running before you pop any beans in. And a lot of people make that mistake. They think that the grinder can, get it up to full speed and good torque before it actually. Look at that, I'm halfway through a bean. And a cloth, thank you. Yeah, you can block up your grinder really easy by not having the motor running before you chop in your beans. All right. Oh, a bit wild there. All right, so we're back to 22.5 grams. We've dialed in a little bit finer to slow our extraction down. We're going to do a little RDT, so just a little misty. Again, $5 for a bottle, maybe $5 for one of these little cages. Just a nice little mist like that. So if you are having any static issues in your grinder, this is going to fix it very easily. I'm going to go into a dosing pot. Doesn't fit. There's little rubber things that allow you to change the setup on your DF54, which is kind of cool. There you go, dosing pot sits in now, just with a little rubber change. Pop on your grinder. This is hot starting. Grinder first so that they're at full speed. Variable speed in grinders is where there's a lot of issues. A lot of grinders say you can have variable speed, which is okay, but don't vary it while you're actually grinding. You want to pick the setting. So, an easy, nice feed in there. Let it grind out. Hey, got a bit of moisture there. That's it, they're hanging in. All right. So I like to just give it a little puff there, but if you turn it off, the grinds are already sticking outwards because of the centrifugal force. So just turn it off and give it another little puff, and you'll get rid of those as well. level it out, pop on your dosing pot, flip it over, give it a bit of swell. I did 2 taps there because I normally do that commercially, but before I only did 1, so technically that is the difference between the one I did before. Just habits, I guess. Pop on our funnel, we've got our needle tool there as well. We're going to hit the bottom of the basket and we're going to go around the bottom first, around the outside, come back to the middle. Okay, then we're going to go middle way of the coffee bed, doing the same little circles, going back in the middle, and then we're going to finish off on the top. There we go. Cool. 1 tap. Look at that. Beautiful. Nearly perfect. There's a little bit of a lower space there. But that's where the NCD, the distributor tool, little fins on the bottom there. Pop it on. Give it a spin. 2. Oh, I've never done that in my life. 1, 2, 3. It's like I'm nervous.
You're having a shocker
I'm having a
today.
shocker today.
You're all over the shop.
Nothing like being live.
Have you had a coffee yet this morning, mate?
I did. I actually had a batchy and a long black straight up. I think I just got a lot on my plate right now, to be honest. Getting ready to go to Milan. Hey, someone's got to do it. Someone has to travel, around the world to go play with coffee. All right, so let's see what we did. We went finer on our grind to slow down our extraction because we went over on yield. I just missed that. And we went 24 seconds on our extraction time. So we're looking to get 30 seconds of extraction time to get our 45 grams of yield. So we'll pop that on. Pre-infusion happening there. I do like a bit of pre-infusion. This is a new Mini R, and that was the standard pre-infusion setting. There you go, nice, rich, dark, chocolatey colours there. It's pretty awesome. You can see the shot starting to open up and flow a little bit faster. I'm gonna hit that off at 40. Oh, see how much overrun there is?
Quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. There you go. 24.3 seconds, 51. So we're way over for sure. It's almost identical actually. There is those little tiny little bits there. See the paleness and little bubbles starting to form. If you're going to put milk in this, or you're going to have any sugar like a mocha or 1 sugar, whatever it might be, you will not taste that. There is no way you can't pick that up. If you're going to have it as a black coffee straight up. Yeah, okay. You won't taste those notes I was talking about, but that's a lot more fruity, a lot more balanced, good acidity, good sweetness there. If I was going to knock that back as a full espresso, I'd drink that in about 3 times. I personally like that first little drops that are really thick and syrupy to sit in the bottom of the cup and end up in your mouth at the end of it. Other people want to swirl that and stir it up. That's really up to you. You get a balanced coffee or you get that multi-layered effect. And for me, that little espresso sweetness sitting at the end there is awesome. I do love that. Yeah, so I don't know, any questions? You got any questions that you want me to answer? I don't know. You got a few there?
Someone had asked a question about instant coffee, but it's been answered within the community there.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Thank you. So that was all taken care of.
Yep.
Tio says, how is he getting it so thick?
The espresso?
I think so.
Yeah. Look, a lot of people have this gushing fast extraction. And it's a couple of things. It's the basket that you've got. It's if you're using pre-ground coffee versus adjusting like I just did and getting the grind to suit the extraction, because that's the key part. We've got the right amount of coffee in the actual coffee basket so that it will expand. And there's a little bit of water. You might just see it there quickly before it soaks back in. But we've got the perfect amount in our basket to allow it to get wet and expand. If you saw it beforehand, our dose was just below this line and it's expanded a little bit, but it's still just spongy. It's not sloppy, it's just got a little bit of a sponginess to it. So we're allowing for that expansion to happen in our coffee shop. It's not really, really hard. It's not, jamming a handle in. And that expansion, we know, is the age of the coffee that we've got. So we're using coffee from the front hoppers that we have running out in the front bar there. And that's going to be at least 10 days old. So we've degassed our coffee. If you've got really fresh roast, it does expand a lot and can taste a little bit gassy, and some people think that's bitter, fresh coffee, but it's just too much gas in it. So we like to use it from 10 days onwards. So yeah, the right age coffee allows us to get finer on the grind, allow it to wet the coffee in here, expand and brew really well, and get that super thick sort of extraction coming out. So hopefully that answers your question. Good aged coffee and the right grind. Hey, just exciting news. We are able to ship back to the US. They had to get a whole new process here, but it's all done. We can ship back to the US now, which is fantastic. So if you're a viewer, please support us. We'd love you to buy some coffee, jump online, and we'll ship those coffees out to you. It's still about a 7-day time to shoot that out to you. But yeah, New Zealand, we've got a couple of orders coming from New Zealand, which is fantastic. And Canada and in the UK, you can all jump on, go to Artisti Coffee. If you're in the US, it's going to be artisticoffee.com. If you're in New Zealand, it's artisti.co.nz. If you're in UK, it's artisti.co.uk, I think it is. All those standard N ones, I need to remember all this, but anyway, it's either Artisti Coffee or Artisti in your local in searches, you'll find us there. But yeah, jump on, grab a bag. We'd love you to taste our beans, and what everyone is buying is the manual. So we do have the advanced manual updated on there now, which has everything we did for the La Marzocco home range. There's so much more detail in that manual. I think it's $39. A lot of people are downloading it and really enjoying it. It's fantastic. There was a basic one, which was around Breville, but that was just very basic manual. But yeah, the other one, superb. So it's got links to all YouTube videos that we've shot and allow you to really nail down, like if you need to know how to change this grind or understand grind and time and dose, there's a full recipe page there, and down the bottom we've got that QR code going to the videos that'll help you as well. So yeah, it's fantastic to see that guide going out to everyone around the world making coffee.
Cool. There was a couple of good questions there around tamping.
Yep.
Why do I see so many pressing it down really hard or using paper liners? I don't think I saw you do it unless I missed it. So that was that question. Then the next question came, does your tamp pressure matter? Can you over tamp or under tamp?
Yeah.
So,
okay, so your tamp pressure is key. The key thing is you've got to be consistent. You don't want to be variable. So if you're in a coffee bar and I'm tamping coffee and running shots and then someone else jumps in, there will be a difference in the actual time that we'll be getting for our extractions without changing our grind size, because you're literally pushing more pressure on it. What we really love to implement if we can is an automatic tamper. We have our Chino Arts, which we set for 14 kilos, and then that's taken all of that issues out of it. You can get yourself a level tamper like this, but also a click tamper, so you can change the pressure, so getting the same pressure. So we see it in coffee that we can standardize the dose or the amount of coffee in our basket, and we can standardize the pressure pretty easy now. So it shouldn't be an issue if you're just making your own coffee and you don't have a tamper which clicks once it hits a certain pressure. There's a spring and you basically increase or decrease that for depth and for the click on pressure. But yeah, it is a big issue, and we don't want to be tamping really, really hard. We want the grind to do the work, not you jamming the grind particles closer together to slow down the flow. Years ago, and we'd probably see this when we head back to Italy, people putting a really coarse grind in, tamping really hard, and just jamming that handle on really hard into the machine. That means the coffee that's in the top of here is pressing up on the shower screen underneath the top of the machine, allowing no space at all and really trying to jam it in there. So we don't want to do that. We want to have a space to allow that water to come in and expand the coffee. So 15 pounds, I think, was the standard everyone used to say, but just
14 kilos.
14 kilos is what we've got our tamper set to. For me, it's just when I teach people, I just get them to put their hand on the bench like that with the knuckles and your palm, because if you were to push too hard right now, it'd really hurt. So I just show them, I just go like that. And just when you start to feel these two knuckles just start to move, that's enough. That's a good pressure that I like to use.
Our latest video was all about tamping technique, tips and tricks. That was from Jimmy, so check out our latest video.
There you go.
If you want some tamping.
It's all
advice.
there. Yeah, great video.
Might be unrelated, but a cousin of mine is trying to make coffee like that, but continues to come out quite bitter. Any tips that might help? I think we covered them really, like it was all fresh first.
Yeah, fresh first age, went through all those.
Get the right date.
If you're doing all those things, then it comes down to the actual roaster, who's roasting the beans, and the quality of the beans you've got as well. So dark roast is always going to be quite bitter if that's happening.
Should we be using coffee that is more than 2 or 3 months old?
No.
No.
No. unless it's super light roasted, really well cared for, and then using it in a pour over. You can get away with it longer.
How much is 1 kilo bag of coffee beans? This is Terence asking. That'll be to Ireland, UK. So
Ireland, UK. It'll be on our US site, which is UK
site.
site, which will be. It's a 2 pound bag because when we go over 1 kilo, it costs us an absolute fortune to send 1 kilo. So it's 906 grams, which is a 2 pound bag, which would be $59, I think. Australian, 59 Australian, plus shipping cost. We're subsidising well over 50% of the cost to ship it because it's damn expensive. But yeah, it's going to be somewhere in Australian dollars, probably 80 bucks, 85, I think, by the time it hits you guys. Whatever the conversion rate is there, I don't know, I'm sorry. It'll show you in the cart. If you go to the cart, go to checkout, you'll see the prices there for sure.
Skipper D says, I need to get a better grinder. Thanks for all your tips.
No worries. Skipper D. Cool name. Is anyone going to host?
I'm not sure what that question's related to there.
It's all right.
How many boilers does your machine have?
That is a dual boiler.
Dual boiler,
Yeah.
that one we were using.
All Lamazocos are dual boilers, so yeah, that's cool machine. There is one more higher end range of the Lamazocco, which is the GS3, which has been around for quite some time. This is the Mini R, which is basically replicating what we have in our bar, which is like a PV. So they're cool. So you've got the Mini R, the smaller one, which is the Micra, all beautiful machines. Yeah, check out, we've got a whole range of videos on those which we did last year, so all the comparisons are out there for you.
Ventricular said, at my coffee bar we use the tamper that's mounted on the side of the grinder, so it's more of an upward pressure than a downward pressure.
Oh yeah, that's so old school. We haven't used those for years. I reckon 20 years ago, when I first started making coffee, we just ripped those off. We take them off, you get a little Allen key and you undo it, you bolt it out. It was a curved tamper. It's so hard for you to get that right lift. It doesn't seal well. You're not doing any justice. You're not going to be level or flat. Just get rid of that thing if you can. Just get yourself a cheap tamper. These are only $45 or something like that. And a mat to look after your bench. Your coffee is going to get so much better.
Or if you're in a cafe, you should get an automatic tamper.
Yeah, and get a better grinder.
So yeah,
definitely.
What is your thoughts on the Breville touch-in press?
Yeah, touch and press. So we do have quite a few people buying them. They're quite easy. So the touchscreen range from Breville is very intuitive. It's easy. You can make up your latte, your cappuccino, or your black coffee, and you kind of make your recipe. And if you just tap it, once you've made that recipe, it allows you to grind and extract and then froth milk it at your rough ratio and recipes that you want. And you've just got to move your handle essentially out of the impressed tamper into the machine and then put your milk in as well. So the concept's really, really cool. They seem to work quite well. The impress lever mechanism itself, which auto doses and kind of tamps, because we do have a Breville service, we're a warranty agent for them, we do find that does play up a little bit with some people. So me personally, I probably wouldn't buy the impress one. Just seeing a few of them come back a little bit, yeah. But it could be user errors, not understanding how to use it properly as well.
Ventricular said, can you describe channeling when pulling an espresso shot and how to reduce the chance of this happening? It is just a combination of all things. We've actually done a deep dive video on that as well, so there is a big video
on it, but we also just went through it just before if you missed it. We just showed that's a grind that's come out. You can see the clumps. The water won't go through those clumps. The best way to fix that is with a needling tool and a funnel, which we just did. So go back and have a look. That's the best way to fix all channeling as well, yeah.
Good tamping technique.
Good tamping technique for sure. Yep, flat and level.
Do you ship to India? No, we don't. Sorry.
No.
Why do people use the papers?
Yeah, good call. It's a bit of an interesting one where people were putting a paper into the bottom and on the top. Was it Scott Rayo or someone was doing this about maybe 2 years ago, and you can do it, that's fine. But what it's going to do, it's going to take a lot of coffee oils out of your coffee. It's going to really clean up the cup. So if you're looking for clean, light style flavors, that's what it's going to do. The one on the bottom will hold back the oils. The one on the top will help distribute the water on the top of the coffee bed a little bit better. And then stop any of the grinds going back up into your group head. So yeah, give it a go. Just another thing. You can't do it commercially, that's for sure. You can do it at home and see if you enjoy the flavour. But if you're looking to have clean, crisp, light, fruity, balanced coffee, that's something you should do. If you're looking for body, heaviness, and more sweetness in a cup, I wouldn't do it, because all the oils is what really adds that value into your cup, and you're going to be stripping it out by using a paper filter.
Cool. Dazza said, I currently have the Barista Touch Impress. However, I'm not a fan of the steamer. I want a dual boiler and a very decent machine. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, dual boiler. Breville's, we get this question so much. People say they want a dual boiler machine. Mainly because Breville said there is a dual boiler, but if you're looking at any sort of Italian machines, this is a dual boiler. This is a Lillet Bianca. These are HX Mara X machines. People think they need dual boilers so they can do steaming, hot water, and brew at the same time, but you don't. You can do that with a HX machine. So basically, you've got your boiler giving you steam and your hot water, and then they run a pipe straight through that boiler, and because that pipe's in a hot environment, when you add new cold water in, it actually then ends up into your brew chamber here, and then allows you to brew hot water. So the HX is what most people are looking for. The dual boiler was really linked to, hey, I can do everything at the same time. So, yeah, HX is a way to achieve all of those things, but dual boiler actually allows you to change the temperature then in your front brew head, which is great if you're trying to change your roasts, so to lighter roasts or darker roasts, and dial in the temperature of the water, and that's great as well. And generally when you get into a Italian machine that has a dual boiler, you're definitely getting a rotary pump as well. So you're getting 9 bar straight pressure applied to your coffee puck. And that machine, the rotary pump can then allow you to plumb that in to mains water. And then also, just in this example here, you've got your variable gauge here, which essentially increases or decreases by a little pin valve the flow of water into your coffee puck. So then you can do pre-infusion, variable pressure, pressure profiling, all of these little crazy things in that space. And this gauge is showing you the pressure that's applied to the coffee, where the other gauge down here on the bottom is showing you what the standard pump pressure is. So we sell lots of HX machines, heaps of them, about $3 grand, great value, without having to go to dual boiler, which is going to, in an Italian machine, hit you $4,500, $5,000 pretty quick.
Cool.
Any other questions? Just a quick recap, if you're only watching right now, we did have Jim in the bar, who's competing for Australian champion in mid-November, who did some latte art pouring, which was pretty cool. A couple of a turtle, and we tried to do for Halloween. We did a bit of a skull thing. I tried to compete and copy him. You can see which is better. Like, you know, you go back and have a look. You judge. Leave a comment down. Who should have won that latte art contest? And then it's about host. We're going to host Milan. We'll be on a plane this time next week. We'll be flying there. So we'll be on Mazza stand, Lillet stand, Lumbazocco out of the box. We'll be around. If you see us, come and say g'day. Yeah, and we'll have a bit of coffee with us as well, serving on those stands. Looking forward to hanging out with everybody in Italy. It's really cool. Anything else?
Maru said, so you take the little clumps off the coffee and then you clump it all when you tamp.
Yes, so yeah, you do. So you can see here, if we were to, this is already a clump, it's a really dense clump, so water can't get through that. Where beside it, the water will go through this grind really easy. So if we get them all the same, we're looking for consistency in those clumps, not to have a variance. So if you have a look there, I might be able to show you there. But essentially, that is now like sifted flour. Think of baking. If you put it through a sieve, it gets really big. That's what we're doing. We don't have those big clumps. So the water will pass through here evenly, where if it hits one of these clumps, it won't go through that. It'll then go over it or around it.
Because even when you tamp it, like they're saying, you tamp it, you're sort of clumping the whole thing, but when you tamp it, that'll still be...
Even. Tamping even?
Yeah, and that'll
tamping
still
a
be
clump.
a denser clump.
Dense clump.
Yeah, so...
If you've got a naked or bottomless portafilter, you'll see where the water doesn't come through, that will be one of these clumps that you haven't, the water can't get past it. So, yeah, we do see that quite often. And if that was like, say, a light roasted bean over a darker roasted bean in a whole batch for some reason, even when you do, oh, there you go, you can see it there. You might be able to see this in colour, I don't know, but can you see,
Yeah, you can see it.
you can see the colour variations as well.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah, internal, external of beans, that's basically what's happening there.
Cat Lerner said, are they comparable to the Linear Mini or is that another animal? And I'm thinking maybe you're talking about this machine here.
Yeah, so another animal. So the Linear Mini is a machine that has your group head with a boiler on the top of it. So it's an integrated boiler and group, and that allows you to have the water changed by temperature and go straight through your coffee bed quite easily and refresh quite quickly. Specs 75 millimeters in the top boiler. I think 75 mil. So quite small, and you can refresh that really quick and easy and change those temperatures. Where this style machine is called an E61 group head, and the water has to come from the back through a pipe. And there's a high pipe and a low pipe, and essentially it just does a thermosiphon that keeps happening, so that when the machine's off, when the machine's on but not used, the water will boil, go through the top, and then cool and make a reticulation. So essentially, it's keeping that group head all hot, but the water's coming from a long way, and it can be quite variable because that water is passing through a pipe that's in a bed of hot water and then in steam, so you can get hot and cold fluctuations on those, where in a group head like this with the boiler on the top, it should be the same water just going straight through.
Cool,
So,
cool.
but yeah, you're talking $8,500, $5,000. So different technology. Changing that up allows you to change the look and the feel as well of the machine, because you've got, different ways. You don't have to have this big exhaust here. There's a different way to exhaust that out now.
Still plenty of questions, mate.
All right, yeah, go for it. Oh, yeah, I got time, yeah.
Ventricular said, very insightful. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the best order of operations for the best flavour when making an Americano, for example.
Oh,
Do you wanna
Americano.
do you want to make like a black coffee and then if I get some stuff and just go through the process, like the
Yeah,
water?
yeah,
go
if you
through the
want to.
process, I'll get you some hot water.
Oh, we've got hot water from here. Americano. Through an
do you wanna
espresso
do
machine.
Americano, or do you want to do or long black?
Well, we do long blacks. The main difference is we put our espresso on the top of the hot water, where Americanos, it's espresso first, then hot water.
Still long black.
Still long black.
Yeah.
I did a video, Americano versus long black. It is there. It's in our YouTube channel, covering it all. But we do this because we feel there's a bit more texture and flavour to
I'll get you a cup
coffee.
and we'll go through the process so you can...
All right, I know I need to go finer on my grind, and if you're going finer and you've got a hopper grinder and there's grind in there, you have to have your grinder on, otherwise the two burrs are closing and clamping on a bean, and then if that's the case, if that's your top burr and that's your bottom burr and you go finer and you have a bean in here, it will always set at that height. You cannot go finer. So a lot of people do this and they say, I can't get my grind fine enough. It's a brand new grinder. It's because you've clamped a bean in there and locked it at that height. So I just went a little bit finer. I think that's going to be a better extraction. We love our long blacks in this size. This is the coffee that I would drink all day, every day.
So full process, Luke.
Okay, full process. Recipe.
To get the best flavour.
Best flavour. Know the size of the cup, know how much coffee and how much water you're going to put in there. 190ml cup. I'm going to put a 2-to-1 ratio of espresso in here. So we're going to put 22.5 grams of liquid in here. It's going to be, the rest of it's going to be water, and we're going to cool that water down. So we would actually do 75-degree water, which we have in a kettle in the front bar. We don't like to use the hot water tap in here because it can be highly mineralized, but you want to use that to flush your machine. So that's one cool thing to do. So to cool that down, I'm actually going to, it's a cold cup right now, so I'm actually going to get myself my 150ml of hot water to about there and deliberately let it cool down, because hot coffee, you get acidity, you don't get any sweetness. So when you get down to about 75 degrees, or you can start to sip it, you'll start to get the balance of flavors on your palate. And as it cools, you'll get a lot more sweetness as well. So I'm gonna let that deliberately cool down while I get my, my dose ready. So we're gonna go 22.5 grams. This thing bounces some beans around. Like I said, I think I'm having a bit of a wild day today. All right, 22.5 grams. Boom, perfect. We're going to go into a dosing pot. So I'm going to pop that into there. We're going to hot start our grinder. We're going to do an RDT, sorry. We're going to do a mist. This is the best thing. Oh, missed it. 2 mists. Don't have to overdo it. Give it a shake up, adding a bit of moisture back. If you've got any static happening, that's what you would do. Okay, put that in. We're going to start our grinder so that the beans go all the way through. The motor's at the full speed.
Get another bean stuck at the top.
Is it Halloween today? Or is that
It was a full moon last night, mate.
full moon? Wow. Oh. I don't mind laughing at myself. It's fine. It's easy. All right, so we've got our dose. A couple of puffs with the DF54. Turned it off. Another couple of puffs just to make sure that your the grinder has stopped to then get any of that final dose out. Give it a flat and level. We're going to grab our handle, which is hot, dry, and clean. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the double spout because we'll show you if we can see some channeling happening in there. I'm just going to clean the bottom of that spout just to make it nice, and you'll be able to see what's going on. So whoever was talking about that clump earlier and saying, oh, if you tamp, why is the clump make an issue? Well, we don't want to see any spot of this metal still visible once we're extracting a shot. That means that clump would be sitting right up on this side of the basket and not letting water through it. So we'll test it. All right, so flat and level, pop it in, give it a turn and see how you go. That is a bit wild. I've never seen that happen. What is on with this today? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. Whatever.
Look at this.
What is it?
It's freaking 2 coffee beans.
Serious?
Yeah, how do I get 2 coffee beans? There's one. I've never,
How's that happen?
I don't know. There's another one in there.
That is bizarre.
That is so bizarre. There's another one in here. I've got to get it out. Look.
Well, you did spray a couple of beans when you were dropping them in there, so I think
Maybe-
maybe they just landed in the dosing pot.
I've never,
I think that's what you did.
where is
I
it?
saw you drop a couple when you were loading them in.
Oh, I am a bit
You're on
tired
fire
today.
today, mate.
Oh, man, I'm having
You're
one
on
of those
fire.
days. Where is it? It's in here. I saw it. Here it is. Look.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't touch the size.
All right, back to it. Okay, so don't do that. I've never put beans in my dose before. All right, let's get all that in.
You're teaching everyone what not to do.
Yeah, this is not what you should do. All right, let's go again. Hot, clean, dry handle. Pop on your dosing pot, flip it over, give it a swirl. 2 taps, like that. Pop on your funnel. Needling tool. Round, 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 round. On the bottom, then do the middle. If you want to increase your espresso, get yourself a WD tool like this. This little process at home is going to help you so much in making much better coffee. Okay, 1 tap. Flat, level, beautiful. Distributor tool if you've got one. Pop it on. 1, 2, 3. There you go, didn't jump out on me. And flat and level is the key here. So we love a flat based tamper, but this is a level tamper so that it,
Self-leveling.
oh, I can't do it with my hands. Yeah, self-leveling, I should say. So once it sits in, just push down till it stops. It's good. That's all you got to do.
Water's cold.
Water's cooled. Clean your tray. You don't want mess on the bottom of a cup, especially in a cafe. A lot of people do it. Frustrates me with takeaway cups as well. You don't want to have a stain on your cup, wherever you put it down on your bench. So we're going to pop in our handle. I'm going to put on our cup. We're going to tear it off, and I'm going to get that extraction as quick as I can. I don't know if you can see right up and under. Can you get under?
No, I'm not going to be able to.
Go and flip it under.
Whoa, see.
All right, so there's no real channeling happening there at the moment. That's gone straight to a beautiful cone. There you go.
I've got the tripod.
It's got a big tripod on it. He tried.
Wasn't going to happen.
All right, so I went 1 gram over, but that is what I would do for my long black. Not an Americano. Americano would have the shot in first, top it up hot water. But we love the crema. It adds a lot of texture, a velvety feel in the mouth. And yeah, I think it's a lot more intense in the smell, and the first sips are always the best. So that is tasty. And the temperature is good. It was boiling water out of there, letting it sit is definitely a key. If you can't let it sit, just put a dash of cold water in, or have a temperature controlled kettle, like these ones over here, and have it set 75 degrees. That's how we make our coffee.
We've got Jack 50N jumped on and said good morning, Artisti crew.
Hey Jack, how you going? Good to have you back
Looking
in.
forward to the upcoming trip.
Yeah,
Yes, we are.
we are, for sure. Excited. What else you got? Any other questions?
Let's go. Terrence said your frog was good. I think
Frog was good.
maybe your turtle that looked like a frog.
Oh, the turtle. Turtle looked like a frog, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I hadn't poured those before.
Yeah. Water takes the easiest route.
Correct. Least path of resistance or path of least resistance. I get that wrong in every video. Go back and check it out. It's funny.
Let's go. For barista training, do you recommend any of those 3, or the mini would be better for transferable skills? Like transferable to a commercial environment?
Yeah. Any of these machines are all transferable to a commercial environment. The Mini and the Mika is definitely 100% because you're not getting any reduction in quality of steam or temperature controls. So if you can work on a Mini or a Mika, you can go and work on a commercial machine and you'll be totally up to speed. The steam pressure on these is phenomenal. Lamazocca tend to have that over any other machine. So if you can froth on a Mika or a Mini, good. Yeah, you go straight in and work in a cafe, not a worry. If you've got something like these machines, they're still going to definitely help you and get you a lot of skills because you'll understand extractions and grind and things, which a lot of baristas don't even understand. They just know how to pour pretty coffee. But you can increase or decrease the pressure on these machines, so that can give you more or less steam. But it's not as many machines will have this steam wand. Some of the older machines may do around the world, but in Australia, that steam wand wouldn't be a standard commercial style steam wand. Just the size, the capacity, and how it works. So yeah. What else you got?
Jack 50N said, how much difference do you think spraying the beans before grinding makes if you're using a WDT anyway?
The misting or the RDT is really about static and helping not have it retained in your grinder and not end up fluffy all over your grinder. So that's a pre-grinding fix rather than an extraction fix. There is some science around adding some moisture back or having it frozen and how your grinder actually grinds the particle size of that actual bean, which would then in turn have a difference in the actual grind in your handle. But yeah, I'd just see RDT to fix static, WDT to fix extraction channeling. They're the two and how you'd use them.
Actually, we're a bit slow getting through these. There's actually quite a lot of the community answering some of the questions, which is great.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. Terrence said he's going to try a long black on his Americano customers to see if they notice the difference.
Mate, put a sign up, say Aussie, Artisti Aussie long blacks and give it a crack, mate. So yeah, smaller cup, double ristretto. Mate, people will love it. Charge them extra for the pleasure.
Wonderful explanation on the long black. Thank you so much. Cheers,
No
guys.
worries.
Hope you have a lovely rest of your stream. E61 and HX are kind of outdated. If you live in Australia, it's a no-brainer to buy a BDB.
BDB. Double boiler. Oh yeah. Yeah, but the HX can be double boiler or single boiler, but it comes down to price and value, you know.
Tio, how does pressure profiling affect the flavour in the cup, and when does it make sense to use low pre-infusion pressure? Yeah,
I think this is just a world that people want to play in but don't really know if they want that flavor profile in their cup. So the minute you start to go away from 9 bar pressure, you're going to get lighter flavors. You know, the higher pressure gets that thicker syrupy caramelization that we really like in espresso. When you go lower pressures, you tend not to get that as much. And I don't know if there's a really set recipe for, 3 bar pre-infusions and then, 4 bar all the way through the extractions. Look, I've had to play with it, and I get asked this question a lot. When do I actually use it? I only use it when people come over and they go, oh, you got pressure profiling, or you got pre-infusion. Let's show me what it's like. And I've pulled coffees at 3 bar all the way through and gone, wow, that was beautiful on that coffee. I've done 3 bar on a different coffee and it was absolutely terrible. So it's really trying to work out in a scientific way what beans you have, what roast profile you have, what origin that is, and are you getting the best or worst out of it by changing those things in terms of pressure. But water temperature is probably going to be one of the key things you would control first, because now you can do pre-infusion at one temperature, you could do a variable temperature at a lower pressure halfway through pressure profiling. So there's whole lots of different ways to look at that, and there's just so much science in there that I don't think we really are clear on it. I like pre-infusion. I like just a little bit to wet the puck, expand the puck, and then go again. I like 9 bar all the way through. Yeah, it's
consistent.
It's consistent.
You're allowed to work with it.
Huge variables, so many variables that I think, what happened with La Marzocco, they did the stratas and they allowed people to put in a graph, and I've talked about this before in other videos, but basically everyone was trying to defy physics by what they thought was right. So now they've got the new Strata X, and they basically took out all the issues people were doing because they got so much data, and they said, no matter what you were thinking, it doesn't work with physics, so we're not letting you do it anymore. And now they've only given you access to the stuff that you can actually control with physics, because people were writing graphs and profiles that defied physics.
Cool. I've been grinding first, then weighing, so that may be one of the corrections that will help me. Catlin has said, what's the best roast level for espresso, or is there a different technique for each roast level?
Every bean can be an espresso roast, and you can have light, medium or dark roasts for espresso because it depends on the flavor you actually enjoy out of a cup of coffee. So we've just released a filter roast, espresso roast, but they're actual single origin coffees. And for us, we like it to be a little bit lighter, but we go quick in our roast profile up to first crack, and then we only go X amount of time development after that for our espresso roast. But other people have an espresso roast and it's dark and oily and bitter, but that's an Italian espresso roast. So I think that's just a weird logic for what that is actually going to be, because we would have that at espresso to highlight the farm flavors and subtle flavors, being lighter roast, where other people might want that thick, heavy espresso that we have in Italy. That makes me think too, Ryan, when we went to Italy, we needed to have, I reckon we just needed to have heaps of espresso over there and taste it and, what do Italians actually do?
Yeah.
Our biggest video last time was like 18.3 million videos of that guy making espresso and punching out coffees. And I think we need to really tell what that true story is. Maybe we get some Italian old man and go and have a coffee with him in the morning or something, have an espresso and a cappuccino and diary of an Italian coffee drinker.
Yeah.
We were very much in Milan and the main areas, so maybe it's a little bit different, but when we're traveling, maybe we just go and have a cafe experience in the middle of nowhere.
I think we've got to do more of it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, record some of that. Tia's got a good question there. Why can 2 espressos with the same dose and yield taste completely different, even if the shot time is identical? And I've got quite a few answers to that question. First one I could think of, is if you wake up, first thing in the morning and you go out and make your first coffee, perhaps you've got stale grind left in there. If you haven't purged your grinder first up, that could be one.
That's the biggest one. A lot of people don't realise that the grind in your grinder or past your burrs, basically there's grind in there that's sat in there from the day before that is in the chute that's going to make its way out. So if it's the first grind versus the second, the first one's going to be totally different. You've got to purge it out, get fresh grind, because that grind's been there for 12 hours. So that will happen, first versus second.
Can be puck prep.
Yeah, puck prep.
Yeah.
Well, depends on how quick you're doing it as well. So boiler recovery and temperature control. So if I was to do this right now, and we talked about this earlier, this is a 75 ml boiler. I can't read that without my glasses, but I think it's 75 ml. 170 ml, so 170 ml of liquid here. Now me just flushing this right now, and let's say I did a flush, an extraction, and then I went straight in and did another extraction. The temperature in that water would have changed because between first and second, there might not have been a recovery time. That could be an issue as well. If you're doing it in a HX machine, that is a huge variable because first up, when you do it, it'll be a little bit steamy and come out really hot. So flushing beforehand is the key. So flush before you do your first shot. If you don't flush, it's super hot water on top of your espresso. That will be really poor on your first one. By the time you get to your second, it'll probably be coming out at about 86, maybe 86 degrees. So you've gone from a, I don't know, 98 for your first extraction on temperature to your second one being around 86. A lot of variables there still.
Yep, good stuff. Terence said, good luck in Milan, safe travels, good night from Denny's barista front man. Good night, Terence.
Night, Terence.
Sleep, mate.
Thanks, man.
For hanging out.
Yeah.
Cut Lerner said, will a plant-based ice cream work for an affogato or will it curdle? Good question, not sure.
It does, because we were down at the Coffee Community Challenge and they had the oat
Oh, yeah.
ice cream and they had the oat affogatos and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
Work good.
Yeah, it works for sure, definitely.
Yeah, give it a crack.
Yeah.
Have a try. That's it, mate. We hit the end of the questions and I reckon that's
Sounds
about
good.
time to wrap it up.
All right, thanks very much everyone watching. Really appreciate you jumping on live here. Did some stuff earlier on. Go back and have a look at it. And yeah, check out our videos. If you haven't yet, please do like, subscribe to our channel. It certainly helps us grow and really, yeah, give you the content that you want to see. Thanks very much. Appreciate you. And yeah, next week, woo, we're in Milan. Can't wait to share that with
I think
you.
we'll go live there, hey?
We'll go live multiple times
Yep.
next week. That's between the next Friday and next Tuesday. We will be going lots of live.
Yeah, we'll do some walk-arounds.
Yep.
Cool.
Tune in.
All right.
See you all.